like trying to taunt him, Patrick. I just feel the boy should know what he's getting into as well. So later we found out that there's this other guy on the boat, Patrick, and he basically says, all right, go easy, stop being so mean. And Cyrus, this pilot, says, I'm not trying to taunt him, I'm not trying to make fun of him, I just think he should know what he's getting into. When someone says something like, he should know what he's getting into, does that usually mean the person's getting into something good?
No.
No.
Usually not. So if you need evidence from the middle, you can borrow this.
Oh, no. I had this one.
So if we're going to say that this developing idea is supported throughout the text, then my last piece of evidence needs to come from somewhere near the end. I'm looking at page 6, page 7. Natasha, are you ready with the piece of evidence from late in the text?
Yeah, you do.
All right, you got it?
Yeah.
Give me your page number first, please. Just a minute. Hang on, I want page 6, page 7, because we've already got pages 2 and 3. If we're going to say that the idea is developed throughout the text, then we need something from the end. So I'd like something from page 6 or 7, please. If you don't have one ready now, go look. Tony, what'd you find?
Page 6
Page 6.
says that it was bad, just as bad as he was.
Oh, okay. Whose perspective is this sentence from? So, with our other two quotes, this is Cyrus, the pilot, saying this place is bad, this place is bad. But this line that Tony pointed out to us at the end of page 6, it looked bad, just as bad as he deserved. Whose perspective is this? Who's thinking it looks bad now? Jonathan himself is looking at this place, slab hinge, and saying, yep, looks pretty bad. Good, Tony. So this is page 6, almost at the end. It looked bad. Just as bad as what?
He deserved.
As he deserved. All right. So let's go back. Jaden, I'm sorry, I forgot to call on you, but is this pretty similar to what you had found? This evidence?
Oh, I found it different.
Go ahead and read it for us. My bubbles are filled, but go ahead, because there are way more than 3.
It says, Patrick looked at the honest man with rising eyebrows, then looked up at the dark person they were.
So looked up at the dark place with intrigue. Good. So there are not 3, hang on, hands down for just a second, please. There are not 3 official pieces of evidence that support this idea, but we're looking for 3 pieces of evidence that have something in common and that are all connected to the same idea and are spread out throughout the text. So Jaden's suggestion was the place Jonathan going to is bad, dark, scary. Is that an idea that's developed throughout the text?
Yeah.
Let's go back to this. Jonathan is going to a place that is bad, scary, dangerous. Is it focused on a character? Yeah, it's focused on Jonathan. Is it a big idea?
Yes.
Because wherever he's going, that's where the story's going to take place. This is chapter 1. Were we able to support it with evidence from throughout the text?
Yes.
Yes. Could I? There are other things we could have put in the middle. Could I have said, Jonathan is wearing handcuffs? Is that an idea? Is it focused on a character?
Yes.
It's focused on Jonathan. Is it a big idea?
Not
It's
really.
more of a what?
Small.
More of a detail, right? Could I say, don't do bad things because you might get sent to prison? Is that a developing idea in this text? It's more of a theme. It's not what? It's not focused on a character, right? So our developing ideas, they have to meet all 3 pieces of this criteria. They have to be focused on characters, they have to be big and important, and they have to live in all different places throughout the text. All right, so I can get with you later to finish up this Scar Island stuff, but I want you to have time to get started, because if you flip to the Wednesday page, you should see a chart exactly like this. But instead of saying Scar Island at the top, it's just going to say your novel. I wasn't here yesterday, so we're going to do the Wednesday page today, okay? I had you keep your literature circle stuff because you're going to practice this with your own novel. You're going to identify a developing idea, but it will not be a theme, right? It will not be everyone experiences isolation sometimes, right, Fantasia? Because it has to be focused on a character. Let's do it this way, on my book. I'm going to make some suggestions about developing ideas. I want you to give me a thumbs up if they're good, thumbs down if they're bad, and I want you to be ready to tell me why. Okay? All right. Out of my mind. I know not everyone's read it. Melody has cerebral palsy. She has it. Melody has cerebral palsy. Is it a good example of a developing idea or bad? Why is it bad, Javian? It's just focused on one thing. It is focused on a character, and it is a big idea, this developing idea. But is there evidence throughout the text that she has the illness?
No.
Or do they just kind of tell us once and then we know?
Yes.
Now, if I said Melody's life is difficult because of her disability, would that be better?
Yes.
Because now it's all three. It's focused on a character, it's a big idea, and I can give you examples all throughout the story of things that make her life hard because of her disability. All right, here we go. Ivan is worried that Stella will die. Developing idea throughout the text. What's wrong with that one, Babash?
Because it's only for Stella.
Let's focused on Stella.
It's not.
What were you going to say, June?
I was gonna say it's not. It's a small idea.
It's not that big of an idea because it happens earlier in the text. There's lots that's not about Stella. What would you say, Zayed?
It's not throughout the story.
It's also not throughout the story. That happens early, and then lots of other stuff that has nothing to do with Stella happens later. Right? Good. All right, one more. Never run away from home. Your family will worry about you. Developing idea? Yes? No? What's wrong with that one, Anish? It's a theme. It's universal. It's not focused on a character. So this might take a minute. You're going to get together in your groups, and the first thing that you need to do is just talk. This is not like main idea. There's not one official answer, but whatever you put here needs to address all three of these things. It must be focused on a character. It must be a big, important idea. And you should be able to find evidence from all different parts of the text. Near the beginning, near the middle, and near the end. Some of you who've read more than one book to this point, you might want to switch out. Because if you haven't read very much of the book that you have right now, this is going to be difficult. You might want to go back to another book that you've already read. All right, does everybody have a pretty good idea of which book they're going to go to and who they're going to work with? You're going to do this in small groups today. Tomorrow you're going to do it again on your own, still about the novel. So if you have questions, today's a good day to ask. Right? You want to get together? Start working on that Wednesday.